Well, thank you for joining in for the second part of the series related to breathing, diaphragm, and mood. So, this one is called anger management, diaphragm, and pranayam. This could be especially useful for people who often get to hear that during conversations that, oh, you didn't let me finish my sentence, or uh, you are impatient, and or something like, why are you interrupting me? Let me finish first. So, somebody like this, or for parents who keep telling their kids to be calm and don't get angry so soon or behave. So this could be interesting to these two kind of people. So yeah, in the last part we spoke about how the diaphragm impacts the mood, the emotional states, and this time I'm going to talk about what we can do, what techniques. It's a kind of DIY, and we basically learn from our own practice. um, Anger management is a big business, and I've listened to a couple of videos about what they say you can do with your anger. But in my opinion and observation, anger is an emotion. Once the emotion is experienced, it will release itself. So if you can manage to take hold of your anger today and not express it, it won't disappear. It will just dissolve itself into your personality, and it will be released in some other form. Sooner or later it will get accumulated, which is again a very dangerous thing. So if people in anger management tell you how to postpone your anger, it is something I consider not healthy at all. It's like you are accumulating toxins in your system, which will eventually disrupt the functioning sooner or later. So, yeah, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. It's very essential to relax your mind, to assemble your thoughts again, and to deliver them in more coherent way. And also, it's a great way to manage, in fact, not let you become angry or upset, anything you can call it. There are three ways I would recommend. One thing I think I also spoke in my last video is to take few deep breaths in your conversation as you're speaking. It's not going to make you speak fast. It will not definitely make you a rapper, um, but it's going to make you more calm and look more into yourself. What is pranayam basically? Pranayam is controlling your breathing. Emotions are basically disruptive or deviated breathing from your normal rhythmic breathing. If that pattern breaks because of some external event or stimulation, utensils crashing in the kitchen, ice cream getting dropped down, you hearing some news which is not a positive news and it makes you not happy, all these kind of things, they clench your diaphragm and they disrupt your breathing and they give rise to your emotion. So sustained practices of pranayam, uh, one of the most powerful for this matter is something called 2 by 1 breathing. It's by Swami Rama. I read it in one of his books and also watched his documentaries, and I practiced it. If you breathe in for 3 seconds, like, you should exhale in double that amount. So if you're breathing in starting is 3 seconds, you exhale in 6 seconds, and make sure by the end of the breath your lungs are totally empty. In the next breath, And don't stress your lungs. I mean, they should be reasonably empty so that in the next breath you don't feel, shortage of breath and you like that. You release your breath to a comfortable level, emptying your lungs so that your next inhalation is convenient. This is the second thing, and the most important one is that whenever there's a conversation over the phone, and if you realize, this is advice I give to a lot of people, in friends, family, people who ask me for coaching, uh, with their patients, and also to innovators who are pitching their ideas to business investors or venture capitalists, people who are into public speaking. And they say that while we are on the stage we kind of get fumbled up and we mix up couple of things. This is essentially important for young entrepreneurs. If there is a question being asked during your speech on the stage or while you're making a presentation and you feel the anxiety to respond, always learn the golden rule of 3 seconds. Wait for 3 seconds before the person asking you anything finishes. Wait for 3 seconds. Even if you feel the urgency to respond at every moment. This urgency is just surging of emotions, and it will surge like a wave, it will go high and it will again come back into your awareness. This is only your reaction, and this energy comes back to your conscience. It will be absorbed again and you will be able to think deeper and respond in a more detailed manner. So I hope this is useful, but this is only going to be useful if you are consciously aware of your breathing. Please remember, all emotions are just disrupted breathing. Yes, there are good emotions, but the good emotions is basically called bliss, the joy of being happy at all time for absolutely no reason. Because if there is a reason of being happy, when that reason is removed, it will be the cause of sorrow. So bliss is a different state than happiness. And awareness of breath is a great way to dissolve all the impulsive energy that becomes emotions and that is exhibited in a non-constructive fashion. So if there are a group of 3 friends going on a road trip, only one person getting upset can actually spoil the whole group, can spoil the whole mood. And this is the power of single human being behaving in a non-positive manner in a group situation. The answer is very simple: practice breathing. Thanks for listening. I'm always open to questions and more clarifications. Namaskar.